For centuries, the legend of the werewolf has prowled through the darkest corners of human imagination. Half man, half beast, these fearsome shapeshifters have haunted folklore, literature, and film, striking both terror and awe in the hearts of listeners and viewers. From eerie fireside tales to blockbuster horror films, the idea of humans transforming into wolves has captivated generations. But where did this enduring myth originate? Is it simply a tale meant to shock and thrill? Or does it tap into something more primal? Something buried deep in the human psyche? To truly understand the werewolf's place in our cultural consciousness, we must look beyond the cliches of full moons and silver bullets. The werewolf is more than just a monster of the night. It is a mirror of our darkest instincts and inner battles. The defining trait of a werewolf is transformation, the ability to shift from human to wolf-like creature. While the details vary across cultures and stories, this shape-shifting is central to every version of the myth. In European folklore, the werewolf is often portrayed as a hulking, ferocious predator, larger and deadlier than any natural wolf. Some stories describe a grotesque hybrid, part man and part beast, with glowing eyes and twisted limbs that blur the line between humanity and animal savagery. A common trigger for this transformation is the full moon, a detail made iconic in modern films and books. But older legends tell of werewolves who could change shape at will or through the use of magical items, like enchanted belts made from wolf skin. Once transformed, the creature loses all sense of humanity. Driven by primal urges and bloodlust, it hunts without mercy, preying on livestock, humans, and anything that crosses its path. This loss of control speaks to a deeper fear, the fear of becoming the very thing we dread. Some tales also paint the werewolf as nearly indestructible. According to legend, only silver, a pure metal, can pierce its supernatural hide. This detail, cemented in pop culture, gives the creature an added layer of mystique and danger, emphasizing its otherworldly power. The origins of the werewolf legend are as ancient as they are diverse. One of the earliest known references appears in Greek mythology, in the tale of King Lycaon. According to legend, Lycaon, a mortal king, tested Zeus by serving him a meal made of human flesh. In response, the enraged god cursed him, transforming him into a wolf, a beast to match his cruelty. From this myth came the term lycanthropy, the clinical name later used to describe the condition of transforming into a wolf, but Greece is just one source. In Norse mythology, we find the saga of the Ulfhednar, elite warriors who wore wolf pelts and believed they could channel the strength and savagery of the animal. These berserker fighters blurred the line between human and beast, entering a trance-like state of controlled ferocity. Similarly, in ancient Rome, tales circulated about men cursed by the gods to roam the forests in wolf form, driven by vengeance or punishment. During the Middle Ages, European fear of werewolves reached a fever pitch. The creature became closely tied to witchcraft and demonic possession. Accusations of lycanthropy led to public trials and executions, echoing the hysteria of witch hunts. People believed that those who consorted with the devil could gain the power to transform, using their abilities to terrorize villages under cover of night. Another recurring theme in werewolf lore is the difficulty in identifying one in human form. Folk tales often include clues: excessive body hair, glowing eyes, a long index finger, or even a wolf-shaped shadow. Some stories claim that wounds inflicted on the werewolf will appear on the human body once the creature changes back, providing a way to unmask the predator within. These small but sinister details fueled paranoia. They suggested the monster could be anyone: a stranger, a friend, even a loved one. This sense of hidden danger gave werewolf legends lasting psychological weight, reflecting deep-rooted fears of betrayal, inner corruption, and the unknown. Yet, werewolves were not just creatures of horror, they were symbols. In many cultures, the wolf itself represents wildness, instinct, and danger. To become a werewolf is to cross a boundary, to lose one's civilized self and embrace something raw and ancient. These stories ask an unsettling question: what happens when we give in to the animal inside us? As time passed, the legend of the werewolf evolved, shaped by literature, cinema, and shifting cultural values. In the 19th century, Gothic literature embraced the theme of transformation as a metaphor for power, repression, and corruption. Alexandre Dumas' The Wolf Leader, for instance, explored the seductive lure of vengeance and the moral decay that follows unchecked rage. The 20th century brought the werewolf into mainstream horror. Universal Pictures' 1941 classic The Wolfman became the blueprint for the modern werewolf myth, a cursed man doomed to transform under the full moon and kill those he loves. This version emphasized tragedy and inner conflict, painting the werewolf as both victim and villain. The film cemented visual staples like the silver bullet, the uncontrollable transformation, and the tormented protagonist, all of which remain iconic today. In more recent decades, werewolves have taken on new forms. In stories like Teen Wolf and Twilight, they are often portrayed not as monsters, but as misunderstood heroes, figures struggling with identity, loyalty, and belonging. These narratives resonate with modern audiences, especially younger viewers, who relate to the metaphor of transformation as a coming-of-age experience. The werewolf has shifted from a symbol of fear to one of complexity and duality. It represents a tension between our civilized selves and the wild instincts lurking beneath the surface. In some interpretations, the transformation is empowering, a release from societal constraints. In others, it's a curse, a loss of control with devastating consequences. So why does the werewolf myth persist? Perhaps it's the allure of the wolf itself, an animal both feared and revered, associated with independence, strength, and danger. Or perhaps it's the deeper metaphor that keeps this legend alive. Werewolves force us to confront our own inner shadows. They speak to the parts of ourselves we hide, repress, or deny, the anger, the fear, the untamed emotions we struggle to control. In a world that often demands masks, the werewolf reminds us of what happens when those masks slip. Whether told around a fire or streamed on a screen, the legend of the werewolf continues to haunt and inspire. It is more than just a monster story. It is a reflection of the human condition, our fears, our desires, and the eternal question of what it truly means to be human. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration of werewolf mythology, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more legendary lore and dark folklore. If you enjoyed this story and want more chilling legends and terrifying tales, make sure to like this video. It really helps us out. You can also click on our Ultimate Werewolf playlist to watch more horror and cryptid stories. The link is in the description below. And if you love horror, folklore, and unexplained mysteries, subscribe to the channel and join our growing community of fear seekers. But don't stop there. Turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Because in the world of horror, the scariest things happen when you least expect them. And trust me, you don't want to be left in the dark. Welcome to the darkness.